Chelsea is always that calendar event in the year. It's when you can really say that summer is here. Chelsea is unique, and it's like, it's a once in a year. There's only one thing, only one country that can really do it, and we do it incredibly well here because obviously we have the climate and everything else here.
We're done up on the roof. No one's going back up there, yeah?
Welcome to this year's Chelsea Flower Show and the Magical Garden Hideaway. I think our partnership's working rather well, to be honest with you.
It is, and then obviously here we are creating these wonderful gardens.
Chelsea, I know, and it's fantastic, absolutely stunning.
This is what you do best.
Absolutely.
And this year you got the Hobbit House,
Yes.
which is, funnily enough, has given us a bigger space to work in.
Absolutely.
Albeit it's on the roof.
Yeah, I mean, it makes our garden bigger, doesn't it? I think it's absolutely perfect for Chelsea this year.
And the planting, obviously, we're playing in all. I mean, I was shown when I went to Kelways a picture of the Fatsia, and I said, Fatsias don't come into my life. But strangely enough, I'm actually really happy that we've used the Fatsias. I mean, and the other thing is, what you remember about garden is having evergreen.
Yeah.
Evergreen is always giving some interest all year round.
Although what I really like about this garden this year is there's loads of colour. Historically, it's been quite green and not much else. But
the colours come down to working with Kelways, and we went to wildflower specialists to do some of the planting on the roof, as well as some of it's also grasses and other species. So it's a real variety. And the kind of thing is, it just gives everybody a good idea, the Hobbit House and what it looks like when it's been eventually greened up and made to look as natural as it could possibly be. We keep on saying it's going to get better, and I think we're achieving definitely getting better. And how you get better than this, and especially with the green roof and everything, and the Hobbit House and all that.
To be honest, the biggest challenge is usually the breakdown.
takes 3 weeks to build and
Yeah.
then 2 days to bulldoze is
Yeah.
terrifying.
It is.
But it's not. Everything is going to be reused
Yeah.
in some shape or form.
As you know, Randall, we take our sustainability quite seriously, and certainly the timber that we use is all sourced from sustainable sources. We've got a lot of different timber, but the cedar on the outside of the treehouse this year is actually homegrown cedars from England, so trying to keep our carbon footprint down. Western red cedar shingles from North America actually, but again sustainably harvested. And then most of the structure is actually just softwood, which is again sustainably harvested and comes from various different places in Europe.
And then there's flooring.
The flooring's brilliant. This is actually a recycled rubber from tyres. When it's taken away, it just gets remulched and put back into their pot so they can reuse it, which is pretty clever.
Plants all get reused.
Yeah.
All the light fittings and everything else get reused. Sponsors are very important.
Absolutely.
We got Deepdale who provided us with the tree. We got John Cullen Lighting, Richard Bell who did all the actual installation. Kelways, you know, without them we wouldn't have this. I mean, they are the very, very best.
The cedar shingles are sponsored from Marley, who are suppliers, brilliant. DCM on the surfacing, which has been fantastic. So, you know, it is a whole team of people, and all of our team get involved, which is great, because from marketing through to, you know, our designers who actually get to come out of the office, stand in front of the public, meet and greet and say hi, so during the show, which is always excellent.
I always describe my team that, you know, I'm the conductor, they're my orchestra, and without them, nothing will ever happen.
Most of our windows and doors we get made by a company up in the Lake District called Make, who are fantastic. They really are handcrafted English oak windows and doors, which is spectacular. So we're very grateful to them again for agreeing to sponsor this year's Chelsea.
The major thing that's so different from last year is that we've had 1 year to plan all the planting. I mean, that is the biggest difference. And what you have to remember is what you see here now is only 50% of what was grown. Ultimately, we want to make sure that we have sufficient plants to choose from. So it's working with a company like Kelways, which is crucial. You need to have somebody who's well used to being able to make sure that the quality is 100% or 110% and is something that's going to be actually survive the rest of the, you know, the next 6 days.
I think fundamentally the biggest difference this year is it's more garden focused and less treehouse focused, which is kind of why it works so well.
And that hopefully brings people to understand, you know, they can see it as opposed to thinking, oh, a treehouse just stands out in the garden as a sore thumb. Well, no, it doesn't. It all complements itself.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it also shows what a clever use of space actually, because, you know, we've actually squeezed an awful lot in this year.
Yeah.
But it somehow still feels spacious and, you know, it's just worked.
Well, it's a little nooks
incredibly
and
well.
crannies because, you know, the great thing about landscaping, you know, you discover spaces. I mean, it's like in interior designing, you know, one room, you go into another room, and then it's suddenly a nice surprise. So, you know, it reveals itself slowly, which is what's crucial about landscaping, gardens, that they reveal. You wander from one space into the next, and you have this amazing journey.
Working with Randall is always a challenge.
And so it should be. We don't take things lying down.
Right,
Huh?
yeah.
I mean,
okay.
you know.
Thank you very much, actually. Again, it's been a super pleasure working with you.